I think they call Singapore one of the cleanest cities in the world, and I can understand why. Singapore was country number 3 for 2024 and just a short flight from Kuala Lumpur. As soon as you leave the airport, you're greeted by a level of cleanliness and greenness that we hadn't seen in the previous 2 countries. It's quite beautiful. The iconic Marina Bay Sands is never far from view, and the famous Singapore lion wasn't as big as we expected, but it was still pretty cool to see. If you want some spectacular views of the city, jump on the giant Ferris wheel called the City Flyer. Here's a good tip that may be helpful. We used the Go City Pass when we were here. We've actually used it in a lot of countries, but here in Singapore we seem to get a lot of value from it. We did things we normally wouldn't do, but they were on the pass, so we figured why not do them. We enjoyed a Singapore sling at the famous Raffles Hotel, flew a virtual reality plane over New York, and went on a Singapore duck tour. If you're a whiskey drinker, we highly recommend a visit to the Grand Whiskey Museum. It holds a couple of Guinness World Records, and it's a really interesting tour if you choose to do it. Of course, you can just drink there if you want to. There were no photos allowed in the cellar, unfortunately, but this was a fantastic visit, and I don't even really like whiskey. The Singapore Zoo was beautiful. Even without kids, it's well worth a visit. There are 3 different zoos, so you need to work out which one you want to do, or maybe just go to all 3. If you do go to all 3, make sure you've got the full day. We got to see a panda who was absolutely adorable, and the aquarium was amazing. Universal Studios, as always, was fantastic, and if you love these kinds of theme parks, it's well worth a visit. Head over to Sentosa Island on the cable car, it's a lot of fun. Of course, Gardens by the Bay is just spectacular and worth a few hours of your time. We love the differences between the old and new part of Singapore. It doesn't matter where you go, everywhere is clean and there's always something to look at. Now let's just end this video to talk about food. We're not big video our food people, but I couldn't help it here. From cooking our own noodles on our table to delicious dumplings in a night market, we highly recommend giving Singapore a visit, even if you just want to eat some delicious meals. So why not add Singapore to your next travel itinerary?